Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is the tutorial for the craft fair idea of the stationery kit. Let me know what you think. Alright, so this is the construction of the folder. Now, your best bet is to use non-directional paper for both the inside and outside. I'm sorry, the front and the back. Well, technically inside and outside of the folder. The reason I say that is because once you fold up the pocket part of it, so that's going to be upside down on the inside. So if that bothers you, just keep that in mind. If not, I mean, you can always put something else over it to obscure it. So let me get my scoring tool out. Okay, so this is super simple. And like I said, you've probably made something similar before, but I just love how versatile this is. Okay, so start off by scoring down the middle at 6. And this is going to make a 6x8 size folder. So let's say that this is going to be your pocket side. So let's make it a quarter turn to the left, go up 4. And when I say it's customizable, I mean by if you make the pocket deeper, then this is going to be, the overall folder is going to be shorter. If you make the pocket more shallow, so let's say 3 inches down here, the pocket won't be as deep, but the folder itself will be longer. It'll be 9. So you can finagle with it. You don't have to use a 12x12. Just something that'll be very, pretty symmetrical, not like too long, not too short. So, okay. So then this is just if you're not good at eyeballing stuff. So you're going to turn this, the 6-inch score on the opposite end, turn that there up to the top. So you've got your pockets up here. And I know it's a little bit hard to see on this black paper, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a tick mark at 5.5 and 6.5. That way, here, I'm going to fold this in half really quick. So I'm going to fold and burnish at 6. Now the reason for the tick marks is so that you don't have to eyeball it going that way. But it'll help you. It'll give you a guide. So what I like to do, especially with the thicker paper like this, I like to use kitchen shears. I keep a pair in my craft room for heavier projects like this, or opening packaging or what have you, so I don't have to use my good paper scissors. So what I like to do, you find your intersection here. So from the, technically that's going to be the bottom of your pocket, angle your cut right in there, and then point the tip of your scissors to that score line. If you miss it, it's fine. It's just a guide. But at the very least, because it's folded, it'll be even. Okay? So let's open this up. Fold up this paper. And so I guess this one is a little bit directional because these flowers are kind of pointing down, but that doesn't bother me. They're flowers. They're not in a vase. They're not, it's not like the stem is going that way. So, all right, so let's close up our pockets here. Let's put a little bit of glue there. Now this is the heavier paper, so you're going to need to give it just a second to grab. So I'm just going to hold it in place for just a minute, maybe not even that long. You just want to make sure that it has time to adhere properly. And that's what I love about this art glitter glue. It grabs really fast, it dries really fast, it still gives you a few seconds of wiggle room if you need it, but it's excellent. It doesn't give you, you know, how you see the glue showing through sometimes. There we go. So it did come out a little bit on the edges there, but it just rubs off. Okay, and there's your basic construction. So if you want to do the pocket in the front where it's open, you're just going to glue down the two sides and the bottom. Let me make the other folder and then I'll show you how to attach them. Now, another thing I love about making these is not only are they good for friend mail, they're good for using up your 12 by 12s. So if you've got a couple left over from a set or a paper pad that you just want to get rid of, these are nice just to make them, put them in a basket, have them on hand, fill them up with matching stuff that you have left over here and there. So you've got something nice to send to somebody, or you can trade, whatever you want to do. Okay, so the binding is also super simple. So you will want to get a piece that is 8 inches long. Now I'm using 65 pound here. You can use probably up to 80. If you get a little bit thicker, it'll be harder to wrap around the two. And you can do up to 2 inches. I like how 1.5 inches looks. So let's cut this down to 1.5. And then score this down the middle. Where's my bone folder? At the halfway, which is 3/4 if you're doing 1.5. And then you're just going to fold it with your hands. You're not going to score it with your, you're not going to burnish it with your bone folder because you still want it to have some sort of opening there. And essentially, you just glue it on like that. This is definitely easier to glue it when you're standing it up. That way you've got it even on the top and the bottom and you've got a good grasp. So let me just do that really quickly. Now you don't want to get it all the way to the score line because that part will be slightly exposed in between the two folders even after you attach them. So like that right there was probably a little bit too low, but it's fine. Okay, just closing up my glue bottle here. Alrighty, so let me line these up. So we can do this in frame. And I also use the bottom, select the bottom edge of my scoreboard, keep it in place. If you have these clips from Dollar Tree, these are nice to keep it in place while the glue is setting, but not necessary. You can even use binder clips if you have them, or just set like a heavy book on the edge of it for just a moment. But that's the basic construction. Now the belly band part that I used is from the leftover branding strips. Now I need a third one. Well, not necessarily. I mean, you can even use your leftover scraps, whatever you want to do. You don't even have to do this part. I just thought it was a nice touch to have another spot to hold something. So essentially what I did was I cut out evenly these and I lined them up. I put a little bit of glue at the tops and the bottoms. And there you have it. You could even put it, this is good to go. You can even do it on the inside, like here. I think that's what I did on this other one. So like this, I just put single strips there. I may end up doing another band because it's not, I don't know, it's not too secure, but also it just depends on what you're putting in there. So if you're putting like ribbon samples, it would probably fit pretty snugly in there. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. I feel like it's a waste to throw these away because they're so pretty and they match. But yeah, there's that. Okay, so I got a lot of good feedback on the stuff that goes inside the folios or folders, whatever you are making. So let's start out with the Post-it note holder. And this is super simple. So again, I'm using half of a stack from these sticky notes from Dollar Tree. So each stack is 100. So I'm just, no. Each stack is 50. So I'm using 25, so just half a stack. And then I'm using the heart-shaped notes, also from Dollar Tree. They're 100 per stack. So I'm just taking out 25 from that. Okay, so these are so easy. So the length you're going to cut these down to is 8 1/4. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So we're just going to trim off just slightly. And then these are also good to mass make because you can get a few out of one of these or 12 by 12 and it's super fast. Okay. So that's going to be when you open it, and then so each of these is going to be 3 inches wide. So you just cut all of these and have them off to the side. And for these, for the craft paper that I'm using, it's from Hobby Lobby. It doesn't tell you what weight, it just says craft cardstock. But this is the one that I got. There's the item number if you need it. But it's definitely not 65. It's probably 80. This one feels a little bit more stiffer, so probably 80. Okay, so then we're going to score. Sorry. This is so easy. All right, so I scored this twice, if you see that here, because I like the rounded part. And then also, if you are making something that has more pages in it, you know, more than the 25, it's a little bit expandable. So it's just a good size for a lot of different types of Post-its that you're going to use. And we're going to score. So we're going to score 3 times at 4 1/4, 4 1/8, and 4. Okay. And then we can fold this over right now if you'd like. So you don't have to burnish. And it's probably easier just to do it with your fingers. Just get your nail, because these skinnier scores are a little bit hard to do. Kind of in and of themselves, just because they're so close together. Just kind of line it up like that. Okay, so there's the basic holder construction. So now what we're going to do, we are going to glue down the Post-its. So it's going to take 25 out of one of these. So this I'm just going to eyeball. All right, so let's do just some dry fitting so that we have an idea of where these need to be placed. I like to put the heart first, and you can kind of eyeball 1/8 of an inch from the sides, and then that will go slightly above. Okay, so because these won't have a backing, because you're using part of an entire stack, I just put a little bit of glue, not too much, on that last page. So they won't be able to use that last page, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so there's that one. If you want, you can burnish down. And then this one, same thing as well. Put a little bit of glue on that last page. and eyeball it. This one's going to be about maybe 1/2 inch from the sides and 1/4 inch from the top. So there's that. Again, if you want, give it a little burnish. But that's this one. So you see how it's got that rounded top. So if you wanted to make the stacks thicker, you can. Let me see. I think I have. This is just the square. So yeah, that's going to be right on the edges there. And then these are, I think, 50 to a stack. I'll put a little bit more on this because it's bigger. Okay, I'm going to line this up at the bottom of my scoreboard here. That actually worked out pretty good. Okay, and this one I think I'm going to use a whole. And this one I'm using a whole stack of 50. Let's put that. Still going to be about 1/2 inch from the sides. Let's see, how does it look? That looks pretty nice. Let's see how that closes up. That closes up really nicely too. Now this I probably wouldn't put inside one of those folders just because it's double the thickness, but it's nice to have, right? Nice to put in just some separate Happy Mail, or if you're not going to put it on the inside of one of those folios, that's fine too. Okay. So then these, you just decorate them up how you like. I put the sticker and then some twine. All right, so let's move on to this tiny, just notebook. So this one measures, let's see, 9.5 by 6 1/4. And that's only because I used, like I showed before, not the tracing paper, but the scribble paper from this activity pad. So let's find another stack in here. Okay, so this stack measures 9 by 6. So that's why you want that little extra border. Okay, so let me get another piece of craft paper. So this one we're going to cut down to 9.5 by 6 1/4. So 6 1/4 on the shorter side, 9.5 on the long side. And then you don't even need to measure and score. You just fold these over. So again, this one, stand it up, line it up, fold in the middle. And there you go. And I just did the easy way on the other one. I just wrapped some twine around the inside, tied a bow. But you can poke holes in there and use that as your binding. So yeah, just a simple little thing you can do. And this paper pack will go a long way. So there it is again. What else can we do? So the paper clips were super simple as well. I just took out, for the last one that I did, I used just the white ones from this one. And then I just, for 2 of them, I just tied bows on this end. And I used this glue. This is the Beacon 3-in-1. To I put it on the center tie of the bows and then the tails, because I don't have a lighter so I can't seal them, but this worked really well. And then the other bows I did, I just, let's see, for the wider bow, basically I just tied a knot and had it that way. So just basic knot. And then you trim it down, trim the sides. And it was super cute. The skinnier ones I did double, so I did 2 of these, knotted them, and then sealed the ends so that they weren't fraying like this one is right now. So yep, that is the basic construction and ideas. You can, like I said before, you can add other things to the insides. You can put washi samples, ribbon samples, paper samples, stickers, whatever you want to send your crafty friend, or whatever you think will go with your stationery kit if you're going to sell it. If you're selling them, definitely add a pen. Those are pretty inexpensive from Dollar Tree, or especially right now for back to school. Okay, and let's go through the walkthrough of my finished ones. Okay, so this is the flip through of the 4 stationery kits that I made from that 1 pack of Cardabella cardstock. And let's see, let's go through them one by one. So all of them I have just tied up with some ribbon, and I'm just going to slide these off. What I'm going to do is probably just flip through all of them and speed up the video so it doesn't take up too much time. Okay, so these are the ones I have packaged up. I just have them in a cellophane bag with a pretty little pen to match. If you are selling them at your craft fair, I would say take one to have it open so people don't have to open these to take a look at what's inside, or have a listing with what comes in each package, and you know, either have it on a sticker or a sign. But yeah, I think they came out really cute. These are probably going to go in some friend mail. 99% sure that I'm not going to participate in a craft fair this year. I'm just way too busy with school and family and other things. But next year, for sure, I will be participating once I finish school next summer. All right, so you all let me know what you think. Save this to your playlist if you want the tutorial for future reference. And I would appreciate a comment, like, or subscribe. All right, y'all. You have a good day or night wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.